Right, exactly. So, a leader and communicator, developer of strategy and implementer of business opportunities. He is the CEO of Weleda, Australia. See if I can pronounce that correctly. And this
It
is
gets
Mr.
pronounced
David
differently
Johnston.
everywhere.
I knew that. I knew that. Mr. David Johnston, glad to have you as one of our panelists here in this very, very insightful and impactful roundtable forum in the
Lovely to
topic
be
of
here with you, Nicky.
sustainability.
Really great. And the Walida thing gets announced differently in different countries. Rudolf Steiner named us after the Celtic healing priestesses, and they were the
Okay?
Velidas. And therefore, everywhere it gets
Oh,
converted. Yeah. Really lovely story, but that's another story.
that's another story. Right, right on. All right. So yeah, as I mentioned earlier with you, we want to focus on the discussion around the table and what and how mostly COVID has impacted the sustainability around the world. And we want to pick thought leaders and such as yourself and others within the region to explain and how you can, you are coping right now, overcoming. Now, um, after that question, at the same time, I want to screen share a question to you because this is what we've been wanting to ask you. Let's see
Yeah.
if I can screen share really quickly here, and then we can go ahead and dive in into the answer. So that's the first part of the question earlier. And the second part of the questions, we want to know what's going on out in your region because of this fact. The news broke out the last past weekend claiming that, New Zealand and Fiji among the only countries on earth that go to like about 100 days, they say, right? Or more even without COVID cases in their communities. And so what are the key lessons from this experience? So that's a lot of questions to ask.
I guess I'm at a little disadvantage because New Zealand is 4,000 something kilometres away from Australia. And
Okay.
I would have to say that I look on them with envy. They have done amazing things. They have just come up with a few new cases in Auckland, in New Zealand, and they've jumped on it really rapidly. So the thing
I
that
heard that.
they've done, and they've done brilliantly, and you have to give credit to Jacinta Ardern there, and I believe in Fiji as well, is they didn't hesitate. They made it one story. They got everyone on board. They kept on communicating. One of the things that I think she did particularly well was she spoke to students at a school. So she made it so that everyone could understand what they were doing, why they were doing it, how, and the reason that they felt that that would help to bring them out. And as much as people object to things, I think she really got everyone on board. Now, in Australia, we went a little bit more scattered, but we were still pretty quick in shutting down in certain areas. But then there were different things that popped up. So right at the moment in Australia, we have 6 or 7 states and their borders are all closed. So I can't travel from here to Queensland or to Victoria. If I go there, I've got to come back and isolate for 14 days in an accommodation of a hotel or something. Victoria is particularly bad at the moment for all of us, and they're in stage 4 lockdown, so they've got curfew in the night. They're only allowed to go out to certain shops. A lot of business closed. In Sydney, we're being warned to be cautious. We're being warned to wear masks and to do everything else. But in reality, we're carrying on reasonably normally at this stage. If we go into a second wave, then that'll be a whole different thing. For a while there, sustainability was really benefiting because no one was driving, there was no airplanes in the sky,
Right.
the waters are looking clearer, everything's looking great, and people are going, this is nice.
Right.
Everyone's working from at home. So there's many different elements to all of this. And I guess the main thing to me is what can we each take out of it to create a future view? How can we use this positively? Because there are negative things that are coming on. But Nicky, I think as you show in what you do, it's all about your attitude. If you've got the right attitude, then the things that come, the obstacles that you get, are opportunities to learn and grow and to do better. So this,
Right.
devastating as it is also a really amazing opportunity. It's an opportunity for governments, but most of them seem to be failing,
For the
but
people
also
themselves.
for businesses to actually start to go, how can we lead? How can we
Right.
show what is necessary to be able to make this work effectively?